good, dude. I'm not offended that you called me a ginger. Well, I think it's the only color hair that if you have, there's a nickname, right? Like, what is another name for blonde?
Q-tip.
Q-tip? I thought it was called towheads. When I was younger, I remember them calling it towheads.
Oh my God, towheads.
Yeah, and that was like super white with like white hair. What about brunettes? What would like the brunette slur be if there were to be one?
I think shithead.
Shithead?
Ew. I mean, it makes sense.
Because brown
but
hair.
Like, I've never heard
You just
anyone
make
use
that
that.
up?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think that's like a thing. Like, man, I hated growing up as a brunette, getting called shithead every day. You know?
I mean, it makes sense.
I'm looking at like, wow, you're avoiding all those things well.
I spilled water. My shoes are wet.
It happens.
Go on, record.
Are you okay?
I'm so sorry. Holy fuck.
Oh no, are the socks wet?
A little, but mainly the shoes. I'm a clumsy boy.
Wait, are we filming?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's happening.
We're live. We're live. We're live.
Whew. Hi, welcome to episode 2 of whatever the hell this is. We're not really sure. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to say it with a little more confidence. I feel like we're still in the testing phase, but I feel like I don't know, I felt really good about what we did last time.
Like the show hasn't gone to series, but we're still testing it out.
Yeah, like I'm still like testing out the vibe, seeing what this is. I mean, how do you feel like it went last week?
I feel like it went well. You know, I feel like the vibe was right. We had a cool dynamic. The conversation seemed fun. It seemed easy to have. I enjoyed everybody's perspectives on things, and I enjoyed it myself, you know, so.
Did we get in trouble? Did we make any headlines?
Well, I do have a lot of notes on my notepad. Let me get to it. Before I get to those, Chris,
Yeah.
I feel like specifically you have a lot of concerns about this podcast. And when I say you, I mean your mother and your boyfriend. Because there was some drama. And we're not just going to like go around it and pretend like it didn't happen. Like it happened and we're confronting it head on. So let's start with the drama with your mom.
Okay.
What were her thoughts on the podcast?
She felt like there was oversharing.
Wait, really?
So talk about, no, I'm just,
I was like, wait, really?
no, it would just be ironic if that was the case. We wanted him to open up more about it.
Did she not know you have a boyfriend?
No, she knows. She knows.
Oh.
It's not that.
I thought there was a scandal in the family.
It's not that
Sorry,
serious.
listen, the mom thing's a joke, and then we'll get into the real drama.
Okay.
Your mom basically said that you look fucked, right? Along those lines.
She's just like, you're on a thing that people are actually watching, and you just have a hat, and you just like didn't try. Like, you're representing our family. Like, these aren't her exact words, but this is what she meant.
I think you should pull up the... No, I'm kidding. No, your hair looks nice this week.
Thank you.
Your mom will be proud.
You know, though, Chris's mom, I'm with you. Like, I'm not saying that you looked bad last week.
Okay.
But after hearing that, and look, I mean, dude, looking at you, you got a black bomber jacket on. It's like a silk suede, but that's not even it. Open it up, dude.
Yeah,
let
show
let your peacock fly.
Whoa, I never saw
Dude,
that.
and then there's layers to it because you have a salmon shirt on with zippers on it, dude. What are the zippers even for?
Oh, I don't know. They're just fun.
Have you ever unzipped it?
They're just, I don't know. I don't think
How
so.
far
Look at
up do they
this.
go?
Oh, wow.
They're just fun.
So,
Joggers.
not to say you didn't look good last week, but in comparison, you almost look like someone going to class last week.
Okay.
And this week, you look like someone teaching the class. You know?
Sure.
You look great, dude. So, Chris's mom,
Thank you.
shout out to you for telling baby boy fancy it up a little bit because you look great, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What the fuck? Our mom didn't say anything about our looks. I mean, now I'm feeling
No.
like, you know who said something about my looks was Ryland.
As I'm sitting here looking the worst on the podcast, I literally told Shane, I was like, I enjoy your podcast because I'm positioned on the love sack where I can be in sweatpants covered in a blanket.
Well, you have, though, been getting not mad at me recently, but I can feel there's some tension because I haven't changed my shirt in a couple years.
It stinks. You literally pulled it out the other day and there's perma stains. Like, you can't even wash them out anymore. You can't
Where?
even bleach them out everywhere. And they're like unexplainable colors. They're like red that's dyed into the collar.
Okay, anyways, you got me some new clothes, so I'm testing out a new look, just like Chris. I have light-colored clothes on. If you're an audio listener only, you might want to check out the video so you can see what a disaster this is.
I think you look really good, and it matches the headphones and everything. And
I mean, I'm wearing a shitty.
You are wearing a shirt.
You
hoodie.
also. Everyone looks good today. I think we all live.
Very Yeezy vibes. I'm feeling myself right now. And swim trunks. You know? You can't see it.
So is this what it's become? The four of us guys reviewing our outfits.
Okay, but to the real drama.
Okay.
Jerid, what did you call Chris's fans in the comments?
Oh, Chris Chasers? Dude, you got them. They're on you. You know, like, and really, just to say, because I do want to take note of positive energy, and I want to push it back. The only thing I really heard about myself is that I didn't look fat. You know, people said I didn't look fat, and that was huge because my mother-in-law had some traveling to do, so she had to weigh a suitcase. And the only way to do this was for me to stand on the scale first and then hold the suitcase.
Oh, no.
And I said, oh, well, this fucking scale's broken. Like, it's like 15 pounds more than last time I weighed myself. This is getting sad. I'm getting kind of sad. but the crazy thing is, my shorts are falling off.
Wow.
So is it my stomach pushing my shorts off? Like, how am I gaining weight and my clothes are loose?
Do you gain weight in the belly so like specifically, or is that too personal?
I remember one time someone asked me, "Oh, did you start drinking beer?" Because I guess you get fat in your stomach when you drink beer.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I haven't drinking in like 10 years.
I think you look great.
I feel like I'm fishing. I'm not fishing. I was actually. I don't want to fish for it, but like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the Chris Chasers.
Chris Chasers. Yes. On to yes.
Can I say one thing about that?
Yeah.
I got a shocking amount of messages from both bigger men and chasers in my DMs, and some of them were very heartfelt and made me want to cry, and some of them were like thin dudes saying, oh, like, I'm kind of too nervous to like admit that I like big guys, but you did so openly, and now I feel like maybe I can too, and that like made me emotional almost. And I was like, I was not expecting that at all from that.
He's the representative of a new community.
So that's why your boyfriend is nervous. Right?
Yeah, dude. This started off. I got all kinds of dudes sliding in the DMs, telling me nice things.
No.
So now I guess your boyfriend assumed, and he saw you today, right? Dressed up, haircut, and he saw you walk in here, and he was like, "Are you trying to find someone else? Like, what are you doing?"
I think he was joking, but he saw me dressed up and my hair done. He was like, "Are you trying to find another chunky guy? Are you trying to replace me with another chunky guy?
Are you on the chase right now,
he's like,
dude?
Where are you going? Why are you dressed up?" And I'm like, "Oh, my mom said to do my hair. That's it, I swear."
Well, what did you say back? Did he like respond? Was it cool?
Oh yeah. Wait a minute.
No, there was a lot. I was overwhelmed.
Oh my.
Oh, dude, paragraphs.
There was a lot of nice things, and I didn't respond. No.
Okay, was there pictures?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
good.
one of them sent pictures. Actually,
Did you get dick pics?
Ooh.
One of them sent.
Wait,
I would like to see
Full
the-
body pictures. I never get anything. I never get compliments. I get like, "You're so funny," or I get like, "I know everybody hates you, but I like you." Like, that's all I get in my DMs.
Because they know we're very publicly in a relationship. It would be disrespectful to me.
He's publicly in a relationship.
It's a little different. They're not like flaunting their love for 5 years on the internet. It would be like rude of you to come at him when I already have another skinny person coming after my man.
Wait, why'd you look at me?
Whoa. I feel like I zoned out for 10 seconds and the match is so totally different.
No,
What
Shane's
happened?
always playing this bit where
What
he's-
happened?
Wait, all right. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, before we get on to the next part of the show, I do want to say, make sure to check out the audio version of this show. It's available everywhere: iTunes, Spotify, Google, whatever. Check it out because there's going to be an extra 10 to 15 minutes of controversial opinions over there that we're going to record after this. So yeah, check it out. And leave 5 stars and nice reviews. And and like this video if you want more episodes. What else do I say? I never say this
Well,
stuff.
it's a pilot, baby. I mean, we're still, you got
Can I plug my OnlyFans?
Yes. Wait, you have an OnlyFans?
Do you think people would want to see an OnlyFans if I had one? So comment if you'd want to see an OnlyFans. But I'm not going to do weird stuff, you know?
Don't say that.
Maybe foot stuff. I'm comfortable with foot stuff right now, you know? We'll work our way up.
You're suddenly rich.
Wait, we should have a competition. Hold on. we should all start OnlyFans and see who gets the most people. Like only for a week, like a week-long exclusive OnlyFans.
I have lots of peeing photos.
Of like you peeing?
Yeah, I take pictures when I pee.
It's so weird.
Okay.
when-
Okay.
They're live photos, so if I hold on it, I can just see the stream.
I
and
pee
I'm
in
like, I
different
don't want-
locations.
Give
It's
me
whenever-
a visual frame of like the pictures that you take.
can
Right,
show
right.
you- you
So
can show you
it's
one.
yeah, I can.
Wait,
No,
that's
weird.
That's like me showing you a picture of like, hey, I took a picture of my poop the other day.
No, that's like you
different.
being like, hey, here's a picture of my wife. It's so weird.
No,
Dude, check out this dope picture I took of my wife taking a piss. It's super rad, bro. Do you ever
Wait,
like
what?
sleep pee? Like,
You like pee the bed?
no.
that's something we-
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you sleepwalk and pee somewhere weird, like you pee in a closet or something like that.
Oh,
no, I haven't.
I've done it throughout my whole life, but the most recent one is we were staying at an Airbnb that was on the top floor, so there was a stairway going down right outside of the door, and it was like 3 a.m, and I just walked out and started peeing off of the balcony. And Sandy woke up and was like, yo, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're peeing off the balcony. But I didn't even know I was doing it until it was happening.
At least it wasn't in the house. I know a lot of people sleepwalk to a destination in the house and just start peeing all over their floor.
okay. So, first of all, there's a lot of trauma there. That
See,
sleepwalk peeing is connected to childhood trauma, which we'll talk about later.
How
in
do
the
you know
show.
that?
Because I wet the bed my whole childhood, and I held in my poop, like for an extended period of time.
Who would ever want to do that and feel like constipated and chubby?
wow, dude.
Okay, you're turning Chris on.
It
So
has
calm down.
nothing to do
How
with
do you know he
physical
was
chub.
chubby?
It has nothing to do with
Yeah.
physical chub. I say no matter what your size is, when you have a big poop that you haven't released, you feel chubby. Like you feel like, whoa, I'm like not ready to.
All right, woke check, Chris.
You mean like very bloated.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Super bloated. Is
You
what-
know what I mean.
Thank you,
The
Chris.
intention was right.
Yes. Yes. It was.
All right, we put it through our woke converter. Bloated is the word he was looking for. It wasn't chubby. No one's offended.
Anyway, me and Jared both had, some trauma in our childhoods, and I think it wreaked havoc on our peeing situations.
See, I thought it's just because, okay, real quick, guy talk. How do we all take care of urination while we're driving? Do any of us have a regimen?
Yes, Shane pulls out a cup and starts peeing, and I scream at him. And then it's like to the top, and he's just gonna put it next to me, and I'm gonna be like,
Can we not do this? First of all, when I was getting canceled, at like the peak of it, before I like deleted all the apps off my phone because I didn't want to see any of it, like one of the things people were canceling me for, it was like, and by the way, have you seen that he pees in bottles? And I'm
get
like,
a life.
this is what I'm like,
That's what I mean, is get a fucking life.
Well,
if
but-
you're mad at somebody for peeing in a bottle, guess what? Your boyfriend, your husband, your fiance, they all fucking do it.
He's peeing in word. They
I'm
peed
just
in
coming.
words.
I'm sick of having to cut around your peeing because it's so not an issue. It's like every guy does it.
I mean, and
spoiler
listen,
alert.
it's not that I'm always peeing in bottles. It's
No,
that
cups are the move, by the way. That's a life hack. Cups are the move for sure. I got a pee cup. Stand behind it. But yeah, if you got to go, you got to go. I'm not going to like damage my bladder because I got to pee too bad. But I think it desensitizes my bladder because now my bladder just feels like any time is an okay time. I don't put much restraint on myself, There's not many scenarios where I have to pee and I'm not able to.
Well, can't wait for your OnlyFans.
Guys, get ready.
Okay, you know what? One thing I do want to say, I usually get scared to read comments, but I was really excited to see what people thought, and they were so nice, and it was so awesome. And there were so many comments about my brother, Jerid. And they were so nice that, like, it made me emotional, and I, like, cried a little bit. It was just so beautiful. Like, people seeing how fucking funny and great you are, and it just felt so good, because I've always known that. And then you were saying...
No, I mean... I didn't overlook, but a couple comments, like one that really stood out to me that made me feel good. And I quote, "As a bear myself, listening to Jerid talk about his sweaty, stinky balls got me real excited." And I thought, dude, never in my life did I think that I'd be able to talk about my sweaty, smelly balls, and out there someone is getting excited about it,
Oh, well, that's sweet.
Spicy.
No, listen, I am really excited. Like, I like you constantly saying things that make me nervous.
Nice.
I love Chris, like we're saying things that make him nervous. And then I like Ryland just being mean to me.
Oh,
I always take the bitch role. Like, I always take like the stuck up bitch role in all of your, this used to be the problem when you would do main channel videos. Everyone would be like, he's the spoiled brat.
Well, here's the thing.
I come across awful. I get it.
You know what I just realized? Wait a minute. Jared's a Cancer.
Oh no.
So me, Chris, and Jerid are all Cancers, and you're a Taurus.
I'm the only just stubborn asshole in the group, and we've got a bunch of sensitive Sallys.
Oh my God, that makes so much sense.
Oh, I need a lifeline.
See, but thank God you're like this, because if you were, I will say this, and not to get like too dramatic about stuff, but I was thinking today how lucky I am to be with you, and like how so many people. Is this too much?
What?
Well,
no, I want to hear it. Oh my gosh. A compliment? Come on.
Like, you are so not afraid of what people say, like, or people's, opinions or any of that. Like, you're just such a strong person that, like, I don't know, even at the heat of everything happening with me and all of that, like, you were just such a rock, because you were just like, fuck these people, fuck that person, who cares, like, whatever. And
well,
like,
because we know ourselves, we know our character, we can live with ourselves, and that's what's most important. What exterior people think is such a sliver of our pie.
Right. Ooh. Ooh, all the bears watching just got excited. Sorry. Oh, okay. No, but I don't know. I appreciate it, and I love you so much. So we're still gonna fight,
Of course.
but I love that you're kind of an asshole. Because if I was with somebody who was sensitive, like too sensitive, can you imagine just me and them on the couch crying like, I'm canceled? I know. Let's kill ourselves. Okay. Like, literally, like, that's what would have, if me and Chris, like, keeping it real, if I was with Chris and I was getting, and it was 2020 and shit was going down, Chris, what would you have done? We would have been
killed myself.
everyone leaves. Everything you know.
There was no hesitation, bro.
Wow. Chris is like, I have a plan. Me and Chris are both like fucking ready. We're like, we have our plan. We have our notes. By the way, sorry. Last thing before we take a break. I had a meeting with I have an agent. I know it's shocking that they didn't drop me. So I had a meeting with my agent like a year and a half ago, whenever NFTs started to become like a thing.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think I told you about this. And I had a meeting with them, and they were like, so NFTs and like, exclusive things. And like, if you have any weird exclusive things to put as an NFT. And I was just like, I mean, I don't know if this is too weird, but like, what if we put like my suicide note as an NFT?
Oh no.
Like, that's kind of iconic. And there was a moment where they looked at me like, oh my God. But also I could see in their eyes, they're like, that's
They
iconic.
heard the cash register. Yeah.
So if you guys want that.
Oh my God.
Remember when Mom thought you had a suicide note? And it was like a rap song? Or was it real and that was a lie?
No. I was, I was low-key maybe depressed at the time.
Hold on. Chris, you're telling us we only have 2 minutes?
3 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's enough for your
3
suicide
minutes. That's perfect. No. I write music, so I was just writing a song, and the concept was a suicide note, or basically talking about being suicidal, followed by a suicide note, followed by somebody finding me and I'm still alive and I'm in the hospital and all this stuff. So I wrote the first 16 bars, the first verse per se. And I woke up the next morning and Mom was crying. We had relatives over. All this shit was going down. And then she said that everyone's here for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, for what? I'm not trying to have all this shit happen
For your
right
song
now.
drop.
Huh?
Or was it so dark and you were just like, no, this is my rap song? Like,
No, like-
honestly, good music comes from a dark place sometimes.
For your album release. So yeah, everyone thought I was gonna commit suicide. I was like, dude, it's for a song. Like, I felt like very flattered though, because my art moved all these people to think I was gonna kill myself.
Oh yeah, Mom woke me up in the middle of the night and she was like, your brother's gonna kill himself. And I was just like, what?
Why wouldn't you wake me up?
You weren't home. You were like out partying or something. I don't know how she
Nice.
found it. But yeah, and then I read it and I was like, this is not great. And then we were crying, and then you got home and you're like, it's a rap. And we're like,
You
what?
can actually see it. It's called Wide Awake. It's on YouTube. You can actually find it right now.
I can't take it. This life is way too much. I feel like I need to escape.
Oh my God.
You can listen to the song if you really want.
Okay, Katy
Well,
Perry's fine.
Mine wasn't a rap. All right, we got 1 minute. No, I'm kidding. Well, no, I'm alive. You know what I mean. All right, we're going to take a quick little pee break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some conspiracy theories, and Jerid has a life hack that's going to blow your mind. Okay, bye.
Wait, but you guys are okay, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
What?
I'm so excited. I just remembered something.
What?
Okay, so Chris,
Yes.
as you know, there's a segment that we came up with last week that we're going to do every week. And for that segment, I thought it needed a theme song.
Okay.
So I have a couple options, and I'm going to play them right now.
Really?
Cool, he's from Peru.
Oh, fuck.
I love it.
How do I go back? Okay, there we go.
Wait.
Do you want to?
Okay, ready? All right, here's option number 1.
Chris is cool, he's from Peru. His Peruvian facts are fun for me and you.
That's so.
Is that an Australian accent?
I think it is.
Dude, that's rad.
I think this should be played. You should carry a Bluetooth speaker and play this every room you enter.
And it only cost me $100.
No, you are
No, I don't remember it. It wasn't that much. It wasn't much. We have another option.
Oh, it's a competition.
We have to decide
How many?
What's the one? We have 2.
Okay.
I'm already freaking out. That was so cool.
Okay, ready?
The Peruvian icon Chris is back, giving us Peruvian. Chris is gonna give us Peruvian facts.
What?
I'm never about hating on anybody.
I feel the same way.
Creative process. But I don't know if maybe there's a drug I could take that would make me understand why that's amazing. But that shit was all over the place. Try to dance to that right now. You're gonna look like you have no idea how to move your body if you try to
Also,
dance to that.
the first one was so good that maybe had we led into it, had we not
hold
known
on,
crazy.
hold on. He also made me this is something that the girl didn't do. He made me something to play after the fact. Ready?
Oh.
So for example, Chris, make up a random fact right now.
Oh God, I can't. Don't.
How many babies do salmons typically have in one litter?
142. I don't know.
Okay, ready?
Peruvian facts.
That's like a little after the fact.
That's cool.
So he made that. You know what we could do? We could play hers, and then you do the fact, and then we do his Peruvian fact.
Yeah, we show each of them some love.
Thank you.
I love that.
Hers is iconic.
I can't believe somebody made those. Those are so cool.
I mean, I
paid for them.
But still.
But no, I was very excited. I freaked out. I've had those on me for like a week. I'm very, very excited. Okay, so Chris, why not? Let's get into it. Do you have the Peruvian fact of the day?
I do.
Chris is cool, he's from Peru. His Peruvian facts are fun for me and you.
So, I mean, this one's a little more well known, but it's just a really cool one. Do you guys know about Machu Picchu? It is one of the 7 wonders of the world, and it was built in 1415 AD. It's a structure/town that was built for an emperor so high up in the mountains, where the elevation is crazy. It's like if you hike up there now, it's not everyone can do it, And
Knowing that you're into, at least.
I couldn't.
Oh my
I couldn't do it.
I'm just saying, dude, the altitude, I couldn't do it,
And it's one of the wonders of the world because we have we kind of have an idea of how it was built, but it's debated even how it was made. On some of the sides, there's drawings of men in the sky with circles around their heads, and they're like, did aliens build Peru? Is a popular theory. Build Machu Picchu in Peru, and many of the stones weighed more than 50 tons. And it's just it's one of the wonders of the world. It's this insane thing up in the mountains.
That didn't really work.
Really
but,
lightened it up, dude. That really,
Wow.
Sorry, I'm looking at photos. I had to get a visual representation.
No, I'm actually familiar. Machu Picchu is very interesting. It's very cool, man.
So is this whole podcast going to lead to us going to Peru?
Yes, our first live show. Yeah, in
I have
Peru.
family there. We can.
Although you did say that like you got some hate from your family because you're also German, and they're like, why not do German facts? And I'm like, what are we doing?
My family from Germany was just like, oh, Christopher, you seem very proud of being Peruvian. It's wonderful, but you didn't mention anything about being German. And I was like, oh.
You're so worldwide.
Wait,
I didn't know how I felt about your accent for like 10 seconds.
I know.
It was like, oh, dude, cringe, you know. But then I was like, whoa,
Yeah, it's
this
not
is
good.
legitimate. Like I can't do it, you know. That was-
Wow. Okay. Oh, you were just telling me that you had this idea for a segment, and I got really excited because this is called Cheap Tricks with Jerid, and you're going to show us how to save a lot of money on something that people waste a lot of money on. Explain.
I like a lot of caffeine, you know, a lot of caffeine. I need to get my day going. And when I go to Starbucks, I'll get like 4 or 5 shots. You know, I ain't playing no
Whoa.
games. I'm all in.
You're buzzing.
Yeah. And these drinks get very expensive. The drink I get could get up to like $8, $9 or something of that nature. So it starts feeling crazy. Like they gave me the cup. I'm like, fuck, I could have got like 2 pizzas.
Yeah.
You know, and
I
I just have
It's where?
had somewhere.
No,
you know?
it's expensive.
But how about it's not out of the realm of possibility that I could have gotten 2 pizzas for this. Okay. You know, like I
Little
feel-
Caesars, by the way.
I feel well. They're $6.50 now. They were not $5.
Inflation's nuts.
Yeah, I know. Because this is a life hack. What I'm teaching you how to do is make an up to $20 Starbucks drink for $1. This is the
Incredible.
thing, though. I was at a 7-Eleven maybe about 3 weeks ago, and I was telling the person behind the counter that, oh, I've never seen this coffee machine here. They had like a very elaborate digital, almost like a slot machine for coffee with all the images on it. And she said, well, you know, it's only $1 for the cup. So up into an XL cup, an extra large big gold, they're only charging you for the cup. So I was like, wait, so I can put any of this shit in my cup right now and it's only $1? She said, yeah. So I started on the digital screen. They have a double espresso shot. So I put ice in my cup. I get a double espresso shot. It asks me if I want an extra shot. Yes, please. So 3 espresso shots. Then I do that again, so it's a total of 6 espresso shots. And then what I'll do?
Your heart's gonna stop.
Well, I take all day to drink it. I'm not like chugging it, you know,
okay,
by
yeah.
any means. Maybe I don't even finish it sometimes. But so then I'm getting my mouth is actually drying up as I talk about it. It's like pre-dehydrating. Then I'll put about 8 to 10 ounces of an iced vanilla latte. But before doing that, I like to get fancy. So if you go to the right kind of 7-Eleven, like the one I went to today, they got a whole myriad of stuff. They got the vanilla syrups, the caramel syrups, the chocolate syrup, like real chocolate syrup.
Yeah.
So after the espresso, I'll dump some of that in there just to kind of
Okay. All of it? Or,
no,
okay.
not all of it. Just
And
like
what
a
are
splash.
what
you
are
know
the
what I mean?
bystanders? How are they reacting? Like, are you like move out? I'm the
so
barista.
focused on my drink, I don't even care, you know. But a few people have told me, "Wow, I never thought of that," you know. So I feel like
We're gonna put 7-Eleven out of business. They're gonna have to shut down their $1 drinks.
Now, you brought one for us to try. I will say it's been sitting there sweating for 2 hours. So, like, I don't know how it's going to taste.
and
It's definitely separating as I look at it.
Well,
Chris, can you grab the big gulp?
Yes.
Who's drinking this?
This is gonna make.
you guys have made it sound disgusting to me.
I mean, I'm excited. Like,
So this is it.
I'm ready.
You're gonna
This is what you drink every day?
no.
All right, I'm going to try it. Let's see.
Let's see. It's $20 at Starbucks.
Oh, my God.
How
oh,
is
my
it?
God. Whoa. That was crazy. I'm not making this up or being dramatic, but I just had double vision. Okay, Ryland.
Try it, Ryland. That was only $1. If you could even believe that. He's all about it.
Oh, you know what? I like it. I gotta admit, you grossed me the fuck out when you were describing it, but it's great.
Wow.
Is it?
And
Cheap
for
trick.
and for 4 quarters, are you kidding me?
That's what I used today. It's pocket change.
Yeah,
You
and
know, we're
Pocket change is also a good name for the segment.
so that was a life hack. Yeah, I was once told I am like a Jessica Alba
wow.
amongst the bear community. You know, so because I said like I don't even think I'm not fishing. You know what I mean? But I said, oh, who would I be like in the bear community? And they said Jessica Alba, and I thought I'll take it.
Chris, can you search just on your own? Can you search for like what is your ideal guy?
My boyfriend.
Oh, shut up. Well, you can't show him, so maybe show like I'm curious, like your ideal, like the perfect body, like if this was your list.
There's
of, like,
got to be a
Chris's
celebrity
hottest
crush.
body.
Oh, I have a celebrity crush, but I might have two celebrity crushes actually, and they're polar opposites. You'll see. One of them I'm very embarrassed about.
Airplay it to the television.
So Chris, you're showing. Oh,
Did you own my?
I know it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing, and I wanna clarify first.
Wait, I didn't see.
Wait, hold on.
Chris is pulling up his two crushes, and I can't.
I'm so embarrassed. Hold on.
I think I saw it.
I want to clarify. So when it comes to celebrity crushes, like there are no bare celebrities. So it's
What
like.
do you mean?
There's like how many are there? How many big like men celebrities are there? There's like very few.
That sucks.
It sucks. It sucks for me. But
We are losing a lot of them to like the gym. You know,
that
if there's a bar full of like thin dudes like you or whatever, you're the chasers. Is that called a honey hole for the Bears?
A honey hole?
It
A
should
honey?
be.
Well, it should be, right?
It should.
Wouldn't it be a honey pot?
Ooh, yeah.
Well, the
a honey
HH
pot.
is better. The honey hole sounds.
Ooh, but the whole part.
Yeah, they're chasing the hole, the honey hole.
They are chasing the honey hole.
Okay.
the reason I was saying what I was saying was it's not like I have a ton of options.
You don't have to justify your love.
No, it.
Don't
The
be embarrassed.
Oh, okay.
So my celebrity crushes are
Ice Cube?
O'Shea Jackson Jr., who is Ice Cube's son.
He doesn't look like a bear to me.
He's not. He's just like he's thick,
Okay.
and I find him very attractive.
Okay.
And then
Is your boyfriend gonna like this?
it's a little late. I'm so sorry.
All right. That's fine.
Okay, perfect.
Skip this part.
Okay.
And then there's Kevin James.
Oh my god.
I'm sure Kevin James would love that.
Mall cop?
Hey,
What?
don't be mean about Kevin James.
I'm not. I love Kim James.
So
I
you-
never thought anyone would masturbate to Paul Blart.
I know, so that's what I was thinking. You've
Here
come to
comes the boom.
you've come to conclusion multiple times with him.
Come to
Maybe.
conclusion. Really?
yeah.
I love you so much. I love that you jerk off to King of Queens.
But specifically,
So
specifically to him in King of Queens, when I was much younger, like
in the postman outfit.
Yeah, this full body postman outfit.
like
Let's
my
click
mom
that.
and I would watch the show, and there was one episode where like. Oh no, it looks worse on the TV. Where his wife is like doing like pole dancing for him, but she's not doing it well, and he's like, "Oh, this sucks." And so the whole joke is he's like, "Oh, let me show you how to do it," and like everyone laughs at like, "Oh, it's so funny that he's doing this," and I'm sitting there like the most turned on I've ever been, and I was like, "I got," and my mom's like, "So funny, right?" And I'm like,
Your mom's like, "Can you go get me a water?"
No. And like it's specifically that episode.
Chris, you give me so much hope for humanity.
I was gonna say, for who?
I mean, the fact that you're jerking off to Paul Blart, like the fact that the zookeeper is like what's getting you there is just so beautiful.
It was before all those movies.
I'm gonna watch one of his movies tonight. I'm just curious to see like what's going on, you know, like if he's his celebrity crush, I need to see like what we're doing.
He is very fit fat though. You know.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
He's got a great hairline.
It's like his fat defies gravity. You know,
but like I'm
he
saying,
has
I don't-
his fat just stays where it's as
He
muscular.
has floating fat.
I sound like I'm chasing right now a little bit.
But I mean
you
it when
know?
I say like there's not enough big men. Like these aren't amazing representations of my type of men because I don't have that in mainstream movies. You know what I mean?
Wow, get on Twitter.
Like,
That's what I mean.
dude.
That's what I
Post
mean,
about
though.
that.
There isn't mainstream representation for the man.
it's true.
You know what? This is actually a perfect segue to our next topic. Speaking of big men,
Why are you looking at your brother?
because we're big men.
I'm a big boy.
I believe me and him are big men, and you two are little small boys. I got a comment that I screenshotted because I thought it was so beautiful. It was from Christopher Price. And in the comment, he said, "I think it would be good for all of you to talk about issues facing men. As a group of very different men, it would be interesting to hear points of view on things like pressure to look good, weight problem, mental health." And I kind of love that. And I was coming up with topics, and body image and eating issues was one of the topics that I thought would be interesting to talk about because me and you haven't really talked about it too much. But I do think body image, I mean, today you were even talking about feeling, what'd you say?
Fat. Well, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. I mean, so it was just interesting because I've always seen you as a type of person who didn't care at all about like what you look like. Because we had very different childhoods. Like you grew up playing sports and skateboarding and you were skinny. And I was always so like fuck. Like I was always like fat, just like wished I was you. And you just never cared. And you were also, though, well, we shouldn't talk about. There was drugs at some point. We know that.
Well, I think the first time I smoked weed, I was like 10.
Whoa.
But then I didn't smoke again until I was like 14,
Where did you find weed at 10?
So down the street, I mean, shout out Doug, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
But I had a buddy who found some weed in his mom and dad's little like sock drawer. So we put it in a straw and we tried to smoke it with matches. And then it was done. So we tried to put some dead grass into the straw and smoke it and realized that just hurt. So we didn't do it again, And then the next time I was like 14 years old. I think I was in 9th grade. But so I didn't actually smoke weed and all that stuff until probably like high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I have so many questions about all of that.
But just to throw it out there, fun fact. I always thought I was fat, so no point along until I did like real drugs. I got serious about my drug use. Then I got skinny, but that was only maybe for 6 months, maybe a year is like I was real skinny. But other than that, but to your point, I guess I don't really care how people view me. You know what I mean? That is the case because I've always found that confidence is what drives attraction of others more than anything. Look at, what's his name? Kevin James. Probably because the guy is so damn confident. You know what I'm saying? And he's so charismatic and he got big arm muscles and shit, and you like that, dude.
It's also funny. That's really important to me.
What, big arm muscles?
Funny. Being funny.
But I just always viewed it like that. And also I got red hair. I had freckles. I had braces. I had glasses at one point. It's like, you can't throw nothing else at me.
You
so
look
like, fuck
skinny in all of your all the childhood photos I've seen. You look skinny, like just a skinny kid.
I think the problem is I hung out with people that were skinnier than me. You know what I'm saying? So I was the fattest one of the crew. So I was the fat one of the crew. So like, but I didn't mind. I'm a big boy. It's all right.
I mean, I think it's so interesting to hear that because, yeah, I mean, for me, I'm the opposite. Like I literally, and I'm not just saying this to be like relatable or something, but I have zero confidence when it comes to how I look. I have confidence in other areas of my life, but when it comes to how I look, I have actually negative confidence, which I feel like, yeah, you're the opposite, which I've always been so jealous of. And it wasn't even like, even now, like I'll still just think like, why can't I just wear a shirt or wear something and not care and not think about it and whatever? And you can. And like, why can't I do that? I don't know. I mean, we grew up in the same house. We were raised by the same people. I'm like, why am I have so many issues with it? I don't know.
I think I just genuinely don't care what people think. I just think anyone who's going to judge me based off of that isn't somebody I'd even fuck with. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, I'm not trying to attract people that are judging me based off of what I'm wearing, So I don't know. It's almost like filtering people out. If you only want people around you that are with you based off of like appearance, then just solely focus on your appearance, I guess. But if you want genuine people around you, you kind of got to just be genuine. And I just genuinely like to be comfortable, So usually I like elastic shorts. That's always been the goal. Like elastic shorts, belts are just they cut off circulation. They're hard.
Wow.
I think yours too, though, Shane, is your whole adult life has been on camera and in a public regard, and especially when you go in public, it's like you've come to a place where you would suck in for a lot of your time out of the house.
I mean, my problem is, and here's the thing. It's one thing to be vulnerable and like, that's a good thing, right? To like share your vulnerabilities with people around you and, be open. But the problem with that is then people start using it against you. So like when I started YouTube, I was very open. Like, I used to be really fat and like I lost weight, but I still have issues and all these things. And ever since then, that's been the thing that people use to make me feel really bad. It's like fat comments, talking about my weight, making fun of my weight. Like I can deal with every other kind of comment. But like those specifically would kill me. Like they would crush me. Like I would barf after I read some of them. So I think that's a problem, is because, haters or whatever you want to say knew my weakness because I was so vulnerable. It bit me in the ass, bit me in the fat ass. But I'm trying to not do that anymore. And I'm trying to just be grateful to have a body that Chris likes, hopefully.
And you always got to remember, hurt people, So nobody that's living a happy life that in the current moment is enjoying themselves in a joyful, peaceful way has any intention on writing about you being fat and looking a certain way. So it to me, when I see those kinds of comments, it just makes me really sad that there's people out there that this is how they choose to spend the most precious currency they possess, which is time, to just make people feel like shit. You know what I mean? So if anything, I'm really sorry that those bother you. But on the flip end of that, it's that there got to be some really fucking miserable people out there that feel like it's important for them to use their time to type that to you. So,
But I do think you are very confident. Maybe not in specifically your looks, but you're a confident person.
I'm confident when it comes to like editing, and like that's it.
But I relate to like everything you just said. Like,
I know.
because
We're the same.
I and even like about sucking in, like you, like I suck in all the time, like all day, every day. I'm sucking in because I feel like I just don't have the body I want. And
see,
like,
this is what makes my brain explode. Like you know how many people I would kill to be you? So many. To have your body, I would actually kill my brother.
I gotta be honest. I think that I've been not to just hop on the sucking it in train.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I remember one time in science class, because I just felt like my stomach was hitting the desk, or like it was close to the desk. So I would just like suck it in, and you get to a point where it's just natural, and it's like you don't have to try to suck in. And I cramped myself up so bad that I had to go to the nurse.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my stomach, I'm in so much pain. And she's like, go sit on the toilet. And I was like, no, I'm telling you, my stomach really hurts, And then she was like, no, sit on the toilet and then tell me how you feel in 5 minutes. And I sat on the toilet and I farted like 3 times and I was good to go. And that was it. And that's all I needed. Yeah. But so I'm because she said that I just had built up gas. And maybe sucking it in was doing that. But like... hashtag stop sucking it in.
Yeah, let it out.
That's literally my boyfriend all the time now. Is like, stop sucking it. He's like, your body's great. Stop sucking it. And I even just when we're alone, like I can't. I'm like, you're gonna see it, me not sucking in, and leave me immediately.
Did you grow up fat or something?
No, but I just never liked my body. I don't know.
I can't.
I hate my face, my body, my teeth.
Oh
my
my
nose,
God.
What the everything
fuck?
About me.
See, this. Okay, I'm so happy we're talking about this, because this is blowing my mind. Somebody like you who has, from an outside perspective, like a very normal, skinny person body, a nice face, like a good hairline, like you have it all, baby.
You do have
And the
hairline.
fact that you're sitting over there holding in, sucking in, and like thinking, it's so crazy to me. That's so crazy.
I hate a lot about myself. Like even this is like, I'm not kidding when I'm like, I hate my face. Like even when I'm watching the thing, I'm like, oh God, my nose, or oh God, that, or oh, like I just like, there's a lot I don't like about myself. And I relate when you're like, but you're confident editing.
Right.
I'm confident in like my camera skills, but that's it.
I wonder if just to throw out there, just an observation, I wonder if you being so intrigued by editing, which is basically the manipulation of things going together to make something in the flow and to look perfect from raw footage. I wonder if you enjoy editing so much because you're able to transform all of this raw footage into something beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
he likes to create.
And you like being behind the camera and lighting it and making it look beautiful and all this stuff, because it's a reflection of your own insecurities about yourself. You want to make the world look prettier because you don't feel pretty.
Are you a fucking therapist? That is so crazy.
So
Whoa.
what's yours?
I'm just trying to, what's mine?
Yeah.
He's a star, baby. What do you mean?
My insecurity, I don't know at the moment, but I'm riddled with them. It's just in the moment. I'm not in the mindset to.
Oh no, yours was just so
divulge into
profound about them. I
Yeah.
was like, I wonder if you had one about you too.
Well, I know. Well, while he ponders on his insecurities, oh my God, we know yours.
What?
Well, I know yours.
What is yours?
What?
Baldness.
Oh,
And I feel like that's a very intense thing for men.
Yeah, I just hate watching it recede. So yeah, I went to a doctor, and had I not got on the finasteride that I got on, which is the hair pill that a lot of people get on to preserve the hair follicles from leaving, I probably would have done the surgery. It's really filled out. I haven't grown new follicles.
And here's the thing that's so frustrating. So I've been on these hair pills forever, right? Thank God, because my hair was going to. And I was like, if I lose my hair, I have to get ripped. Like, I can't be bald and chubby.
Is this rude of us to be?
I'm the fattest guy here by far. I'm the baldest guy here by far.
You are bald by choice. You have hair.
Yeah, I can see that coming through.
I can see the 5 o'clock shadow.
What are you talking about? Okay, how about this, Chris? Get some really close-up shots of my hair and see the follicle density on top.
Wait.
Around the sides. If I don't cut my hair in 5 days, it looks like I got a donut around my head.
Listen, I love you so much and I want you happy, right? And he would always say, like, I don't care if I go bald. And in my head, I'm like, okay, good. He's going to go bald. So then I'm going to feel like he's skinny, but he's bald. And I'm big, but I have hair. Like, and this is like a good, like, balance. And then your hair started growing so fast after you took the pills. And I'm like, damn it, I can't have anything.
Stop.
And this isn't sponsored by those pills, by the way.
No, it's not. So, okay. But I feel like you have to have one insecurity.
I feel like people don't like me.
What?
And I feel like they're going to leave me.
That's so sad.
Wait, is that real?
I mean, kind of a little bit, maybe. Because I'm one of these dudes that's only had like one solid friend for periods of time. I'd like not big groups, or pretty much walked around by myself for the last 2 years of school. But I was cool with everybody, you know? So I'd find little pockets of people to hang out with. But I just kind of felt like nobody wanted to hang out with me, you know? And I think throughout life, it's made me just feel like I'm always on the verge of not being cool with somebody. Or I'm always on the verge of like I feel like I bug people more than I probably don't bug people sometimes. But I mean, it's like I deal with it, but I don't. I just minimize who I fuck with, you know?
Wait, okay. I always thought you were the one who like was popular. You were always going to like, you know, cool places on the weekends, and you were so good at that, and I was never good at that. So that's so crazy.
You know, I did have friends, but it was never, I guess, as a redhead, you're kind of neutral with everybody, you know, because where we went to school, white people were like the minority by far, you know what I'm saying, in Long Beach. But, and there was a lot of like, I don't know, there's a lot of tension everywhere, I guess. But I was cool with everybody, but I only had like 2 or 3 friends that I hung out with. But then the last 2 years, I only had like 2 friends that didn't even go to the same high school as me. That's who I'd go out with. But I mean, I don't know. I don't like harbor on it and wish I went to more parties or nothing. But
wow. Well,
but I wasn't popular, but I was happy with the moment, I guess. You know.
But in life right now, do you still feel that way? Like you feel like, I mean, I guess I kind of feel that way at the moment too. Like I wouldn't say I have many friends.
I was gonna say this is getting dark.
It's hard to make friends the older you get, like real friends, and in LA.
Yeah, like I had a moment where I had a lot of friends. Like I'd say every 5 years I'll kind of have a group of friends, and then, you know, life changes and stuff, and you get into a different relationship and all those things. And it's not always dramatic. It just kind of is what it is. And I'd say right now is definitely a weird point where, like, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I don't
it's
go
not really
anywhere.
fair because our lives were flipped upside down. So
I think though there was a study done where a human being can only really maintain around 5 to 7 meaningful relationships. After that, it becomes just associates of yours that you can't really fully create a bond with. So I don't think we're meant to have, like, some say that we're meant to live in like villages of 100 people, and that's really it, and that's how we thrive the best, and through looking back at time. But I don't think we're meant to have like a shitload of friends. I think we're supposed to have a core circle of friends, and that's how it goes. So I got maybe like 2 to 3 friends right now that I even talk to.
Wow, that's good.
You know?
yeah, I would say it's pretty good.
At most, and I work with 2 of them, you know?
Same. Wow. Well, just know that we love you and we're not going to leave you. And all the chasers in the audience, they love you too.
Dude, even with my sweaty, nasty smelling balls, which, by the way, I could really use a solution for.
Okay, so I have some conspiracies. I have a couple really stupid ones. I'm going to go by them real fast. I don't quite understand this theory, and the only reason I picked this was because a lot of people on Instagram were asking me to talk about it. But also, I remember you told me about this like 6 years ago. So I Googled it, and I found some pictures that shook me a little bit. So there is a theory. There is a theory that mountains are actually trees.
What?
I don't understand. Now, listen, I know it does not make sense. What do you mean? But there's a theory that mountains are actually, from a long time ago, huge trees that were cut down or something. Doesn't really make sense. But if you're listening to the audio, Google this. Google these pictures really fast of mountains that look like trees. Chris, can you pull these pictures up for Ryland and Jerid? Flat top mountain or tree stump?
Oh.
Look at that shit. Look at the one on the left. That's a fucking cut down tree. Are you serious?
Okay,
So
real
not
quick.
all mountains, but some mountains.
Real quick.
What?
So, what I'm looking at right now,
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to fuck with myself and act like I don't know that the thing on the right is a picture of a tree trunk.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so that is a tree trunk.
Yes.
It's the compare.
Okay.
And on the left
So
is the
the
mountain.
thing on the left is what we are saying could potentially be an old tree trunk.
Uh-huh. Chris, go to the next one.
Yep.
Okay.
Are you serious with that one? On the
Okay,
left.
well-
the mountain. On the right, the tree trunk. It literally looks like a ripped down tree. Are you serious?
I'm not saying it's not fact, but I'm saying I thought you meant like all mountains, period.
Yes.
No. I think some, like, I think in wonky cases, yes, and then over time, debris
Well,
build up and
Okay,
with
but
wind.
Jared, what was the actual theory? Do you remember this?
Yes, the actual theory is that mountains are the remnants of old ancestral trees that were thousands of times larger than trees today. And the real bulk of the theory actually was that trees don't exist, and all we have today are very small, if anything, just bushes compared to what once were trees, and that actual trees are as big as what we're looking at right here, which would be like a fucking mountain.
So why did they cut down the big trees?
I mean,
And what kind of machinery did they use to cut them down?
Were we all giants?
Well, okay, first off, looking at the picture I'm looking at, that doesn't look like something that was cut down, just like the thing on the right looks like something was destroyed.
Whoa.
So it could have been comets, it could have been meteor showers that happened that came down and blasted these fucking trees. I feel like I also heard someone talking about how some mountains are trees that have fallen over and, like, you know, fossilized themselves. However, in looking and doing just a little bit of research, it seems as though what mountains are the plates of the earth that have actually pushed together in the crust that have created these mountain ranges. So maybe there's different types of mountains.
I'm very convinced mountains are real and mountains. And that you guys are like going to
Well,
get
I
the
don't
reaction Sherry Shepard did when she said the earth is flat on the view.
I just don't understand the theory. I can look at those pictures and say, those are fucking trees. Those are not mountains, those are trees. But I don't understand the theory. Is the theory that we were all giants at some point? Is the theory that we all used to have these huge, like, avatar trees of life and they were ripped down and hidden from our history? Like, I don't quite understand.
Here's the theory.
Okay.
Some trees look like mountains.
Okay. Now, Jared, I know that you're not a believer in the Mandela Effect.
Not at all.
Okay. Which is interesting because it gives you more like credibility as a conspiracy theorist because you don't believe all of them. And I would say the Mandela Effect is the most widely believed one. And you're like,
Is that a
I don't believe it.
conspiracy theory? I thought it's a Mandela effect.
A
Well, the
Mandela Effect
idea-
is a conspiracy.
Yeah, the idea that there is such thing as a Mandela effect, as something changing throughout time in our remembrance.
Now, listen, I kind of believe in them. Like, I get those moments where I'm like, whoa, that's totally different than what I remembered. But recently, I saw this and I was pissed. I was like, no, this is fucking not real. So I just airdropped it to you. And you guys can Google this if you're listening. Fruit of the Loom.
Okay.
Chris, can you open that?
Exhibit A.
Which is the right one?
The one on the left?
See, I don't remember their
Okay,
logo
okay.
enough.
To my point, okay, why I don't believe in the Mandela effect. How many times in my life have I looked at a Fruit of the Loom logo and actually cared enough to, because it's not about listening or seeing things, it's about what you retain. Like when people say, were you listening? It's like, yeah, but I wasn't retaining, you know? But I would just, based off of pure guess, I would say the one on the left, because is the brown thing the loom?
The one on the left, right?
Because is that the
That's
loom?
what Chris said. One on the left.
But is it what the one on the right?
Well, my thing with the Mandela effect is
Okay,
that's better.
You guys
idea.
are you're ruining the game.
Okay, which one, Ryland, do you think it is?
Okay, everybody thinks it's the one on the left, right?
Yes.
Boom! It's not. It's the one on the right.
Okay, now for the real, does anybody feel different about anything now?
Literally, I screamed out loud when I saw that yesterday, and I was pissed, and I ran to get my underwear, and I was like looking for underwear, and I was like, this can't be real. I remember the cornucopia. I remember that brown thing behind the fruit. Like, I specifically remember, like, that was there, and it's
for
not.
some reason also.
But do you
remember
guys
that.
remember it, or does it just seem like a better option when presented now?
I remember it.
Okay, I have one for you that I'm curious on what you'll think.
Okay.
Because I love it when people present these to me.
Mm-hmm.
For this, I don't know. I chalk it up to I don't care enough about Fruit of the Loom to remember what it looks
Same.
like. However, Fruit Loops. How is Fruit Loops spelled?
I can't even
Fruit
envision the
Loops.
box in my head.
I think it's fruit, Fruit, loops, Loops.
Okay, now look at now Chris, go to a image of Fruit Loops. Of the box would be ideal.
Shut up.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Now you can have a moment with it if you need, right? And freak out. That's totally fine. But let me make something very clear.
Fruit Loops.
Because someone told this to me, and for a brief millisecond, I thought that's crazy because I would have also thought it was spelled like fruit.
Uh-huh.
But let's actually look at the fruit and the loops. It would make no logistical sense for them to use a U and an I when they can utilize the O's as the shape of the cereals to spell fruit and loops. If it was a U and I, how could they put the cereal there? If you're a marketing person, this is also a fun way to spell fruit because the cereal is not made with real fruit. It's just fruit flavored. So I couldn't imagine that you'd have a marketing team and not one person would think, hey, we should probably spell both of the words with the O's.
Yeah, it's genius.
So we can have the cereals.
But-
so like, it's crazy to think, yeah, maybe it's different than you thought, but it's pretty logical that they did it like this.
I don't know. I think you're justifying
And
it.
that's what I mean, though. If you showed me the two options, I'd probably... That's what I mean. It's like whatever one you're looking at visually seems like the better idea is the one you're going to pick.
So maybe this is a challenge to present me a Mandela effect that actually makes me think something. But
Okay. In the comments, if you have a Mandela effect that you think is undeniable, let us know because I want to shake him. I want him to see what I see. I want him to feel what I feel because your whole thought process is we're all just believing things wrong, right?
yeah, I think it's an easy trick. I think it's a good magic trick for people to get mind fucked a little bit, but no.
Okay. I also want to say there's a new scam going on YouTube that has been pissing me off. It looks like Elon Musk.
Oh, is live?
It looks like Elon Musk is live.
I haven't fallen for it.
Or Dave Chappelle is live, and you click on it because you're like, oh my God, wait, T. And it's literally not real. It's like an old clip of them on Zoom or something. But in the bottom, it's like, Elon Musk is giving away 1 million Bitcoins. Just send your bit address to this bit address or whatever. And I literally was going to do it. Because I was like, he would do something crazy like that and like give me $1 million. So I like started to do it. And then something was like, don't do that. And then I realized, oh my God, it's a scam. And now every day, all day, Elon Musk is live.
I got to give it to these scammers, though. It's really, really good the way they do it because I saw one that was Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
And it said Dave Chappelle live right now talking about the attack on stage, all this stuff. And the channel is Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
And then you go in and he's talking. I'm thinking, okay, I have no way to distinguish whether or not this is live. But then they start talking about the Conor McGregor and Mayweather fight. And they're talking about how excited they are for it. And I'm like, wait a second. That should happen like 8 years ago. You know, I'm like, wait, am I like so looped out of, am I so out of the loop that I don't know they're like rematching? So then I started Googling, when does the next one happen? And there's not one. And I realized I've been bumfuzzled and I'm watching the wrong fucking thing. It's not even live.
Well, you were a part of a scam at one point.
Yeah.
You conducted a scam?
Okay, so here's the deal. At one point in life, I was transitioning and I had my own business at one point and I needed to go get a job. And by trade, I do sales. That's pretty much, I didn't go to school for anything. I don't have any real talents work-wise except for sales. So I applied to a job and it was a gold and silver sales position. I figured, fuck, it can't be much easier than to sell gold and silver. So I go into this office. It's in Beverly Hills. super nice. It's on like the 7th floor, overlooking the city. It's beautiful. They have me in this huge glass room interviewing me. Every single station has a Mac, not a MacBook, but it has the Mac Air desktop.
Wow.
So, I mean, a lot of money going on here, right? And they're talking about how they've done $1 billion in sales this year and all this stuff and these high commissions the people are making. Now, going in with my goal being to find a position to make money, this is all sounding very appealing to me. So I get the job and I go in the next day for training. And the first day in training, what they do is they start showing us videos of people in Venezuela that are like fucking burning money because it doesn't have any value. You know, it's like in Venezuela, inflation is so high that it costs $1 billion for a cup of coffee. Fiat currency is worthless. If all you have is paper money, then you're pretty much poor. And unless you have an asset like gold, silver, a precious metal, then you don't have anything universally worth anything, right?
Okay. I'm in so far.
Right? So they're talking about all that stuff, and they're going into how there's a lot of older people out there that have all their money tied up in things like the stock market, in bonds, things that could at any point crash if the economy goes to shit, you know? And they're just talking a lot of Republican values at the same time. It's all very Republican, very Fox News, you know? So the first week is all training and basically just ingraining in our heads that the economy is going to collapse at any second. And the only way to really save yourself against that would be gold and silver.
Okay.
So in a scenario like this, for those of you that have maybe never seen or never been around a sales environment, it's a lot of people making phone calls and there's a structure to it. So you have somebody that calls the prospect, which is who you're trying to sell a product to. In this situation, it was a cold call. So it's somebody that didn't want the phone call, you know, and you had to basically butter them up to get them excited about what you're trying to present to them. So this company, they had a whole script that they wanted you to say. And they didn't really tell you a lot of why you were saying certain things. But the first thing that you would say is, you know, like let's say I'm talking to Chris. I say, hello, Chris. And then, hey, have you heard about the big news? Right? And, what's the big news? Well, the big news is Donald Trump said today that if Joe Biden ends up winning the presidency, that the economy is going to crash. And we haven't seen anything like this since the 2008 financial crisis. Were you invested in the stock market in the 2008 financial crisis? They'd be like, yeah, I lost a lot. Well, I'm so glad I called you today, Chris, because the whole goal of this call, Fox News actually asked us to do some surveys for them. But hearing what I've heard so far, I just want to go right into it. Is I have the opportunity to save you from another tragedy like that. Let me just ask you, Chris, if you woke up tomorrow and all your money in the stock market was gone, what would tomorrow look like for you?
I would just hang up at this point.
Okay, but pretend you're 80.
But this is the thing,
Yes.
though. This is
Yes,
the
yes,
thing,
yes.
though, right? So I'm just giving you the hook,
Yes.
right? And the hook is we already know all of these people, or they already know because they've done very strategic planning that all
Yeah.
these people are Republican, they're older, they have retirement accounts, they have
Yeah.
X amount in the
They
bank.
have-
So you're just working off of the emotion. And every morning they had a meeting where, you know, people would stand around
Yeah.
and they would get all hyped up and they'd tell you what to say on the phone. And I just really like the energy of it. And I'm a sales guy. So I was like, wow, there's a lot of good sales going on here, you know? A lot of the good salesmanship. It's like watching actors, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're not judging them personally. It's, wow, look at the craft. So, but they really don't tell you a whole lot about what they do there. You know, you're just selling gold because the process is someone that opens the phone call. Once I get a person to the point that they're interested in really learning more, then it would be passed off to like a senior associate.
Oh my
Right?
gosh.
So I would get someone to the point. So I would keep talking with them and you would throw out little triggers for them. Like, you know, just real quick, what do you think about Nancy Pelosi? You know, and these people would go fucking ape shit. Oh, this, you know, whatever that. It's like, yeah, man, you know, can you believe that Donald Trump doesn't have any of his money in the stock market? And they'd be like, he doesn't know that he has it all in gold, you know, like, and I could go on and tell you like fun little like sayings that we used to say. But once it got to the point where I would say, let me ask you a question. What did you do for a living? Oh, I was a truck driver. How long did you do that for? 25 years. So obviously you're a very smart man, Chris. Where did you put all that money? In an IRA, in a 401k? And then you would tell me. And I would say, well, this is what I would highly recommend we do. We get a specialist on the line that's going to tell you how to really secure those funds for yourself. And then by that point, somebody else would be on the phone. They'd be listening because I've told them, hey, I got somebody. And then that person gets on the phone and they're like, hey, Chris. And it could be a 25-year-old kid that just knows that sounding like an old guy that, like, you know, smokes cigarette. Like, so it's a lot of people with these fake personas. But like, hey, Chris, man, God bless you. And I feel so fortunate to be talking to you. You know, like, depending on what they've heard in the conversation. But the goal is, and it's so fucked up, and I actually quit once I really found out what they were doing there, you know? So let's say I have Chris, you have $1 million in a retirement account right now.
I wish.
I'm going to tell you that you should put it all into gold, or at least half of it. So let's just say all of it, though. So $1 million in gold. They would take it if you were willing to do it. What they're going to do is, when it comes to gold and silver, there's the spot price. Are any of you guys familiar with spot price? So spot price is how much you can get by weight for that gold. So right now, 1 ounce of gold is probably worth around $1,900. So if you had gold, you take it to the pawn store, they're going to give you the spot price for it. And that's how much you would buy it for if it was raw. So, but what they would do at this place is they would buy raw material and they would print their own coins. So when you print your own coins, it makes it rare. And by definition, a rare coin should be worth more money. You know, like if you get a 1929 gold coin that has something specific on it, it could be worth $1 million.
Okay.
So that coin, it's worth a lot more than the spot price because of the value behind the rarity of that coin. So this company would print their own coins. They would say that they're very rare. And for your $1 million, they would give you around $400,000 worth of gold in their rare coins they deemed to be worth $1 million. So once you actually got the gold into the safe or wherever that we decided to have it placed, because most people don't want $1 million of fucking gold in their backyard, then basically you would call the spot and say, hey, I just wanted to make sure for insurance purposes I get the right amount insured. How much money do I have in my safe? Or how much worth of gold do I have? And they would tell these people, oh, well, you have like $400,000, Chris. And you'd be like, wait a second, dude. I just dumped $1 million out of my retirement account, and you're telling me I only have $400,000? They'd be like, well, yeah, that's the spot price. But then, of course, they would call back, and these fucking con artists would just tell them, well, no, they don't know what they're talking about. You know, like they don't know the nuance of the coin. They don't know that it's numismatic and is rare,
It's
and
like,
there's only 10,000 of them.
Take it to the store and try to sell it. That's what I'm getting today, though.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, but I mean, they manipulated the market to make it a scarce coin. It was literally like a metals.com, which was the company coin that they made.
Oh my
So
god!
you didn't know. So when did you find out that's what they were doing?
It was about a month in. I only worked there for about 6 weeks or so, but it was about a month in when I found out. And then after that, I only stayed because I wanted to clear out my cycle, but I would try to deflect sales when I was talking to people. I would try to avoid, but at one point they got to where they would just automatically transfer my calls over because they knew that it was a good person. They knew that I was kind of fucking it up a little bit. So they would just transfer the calls. But they tried to keep me. I told them I was going to quit, and they tried to get me on board, and they said that, you know, whatever I wanted, just what could we do here to keep you? And I was just not into it.
So how are they? How is that not illegal? I mean,
It is very illegal. That company, they have several names: Chase Metals, Metals.com, Barracks Capital. There's 100 names that they use.
oh my god, exposing. I'm
But
scared.
no, it's not exposed. The FBI came in and shut them down and seized all their accounts, and now
What?
they defrauded about 1,200 people out of $185 million.
Wow.
Oh my god.
And it's like, to me, it's a very important story to tell, actually, because there's so many people that called in because their grandparents
So they're no longer
lost all of their money because these grandparents, they worked their whole life to save money for their grandkids. And now their grandkids are calling like, yo, why did my grandma just call me and tell me that you guys took, you know, $500,000 and now it's whittled down? Because gold can go up and down too, you know, and now it's worth like $80,000.
And my grandma is susceptible to scams. Like, people call her all the time, and my mom's like, don't answer your phone. She hasn't gotten scammed by a big thing like this yet, but there has been, like, I mean, there's been little pitfalls where she buys another insurance policy where she, like, is insured. So then she's paying double insurance and has no idea that she's doing it.
Didn't you even say that, like, one of the morning meetings they were like specifically trying to get you guys to call widows or like old people that their husbands died or something?
Yeah, I mean, it gets pretty fucked up. But they have an algorithm in place where the top leads are widows over the age of like 75.
That is so
Because the thing is,
sad.
after a certain age, if you're able to get somebody riled up enough and you might be the only person they've talked to in the past couple weeks.
Oh my God.
You know, so you can really forge a very fast relationship with them and work off of the emotions, you know. But again, like, and I used to tell people what I did, and they didn't know it was bullshit, and they were in. Like, after I explained it to them and about gold, because I want to be the best at what I'm doing, so I learned as much as I could about gold so I could talk on the phones with these people. But I kind of knew it was bullshit a few days in because I made a sale to some guy, but it was only for like 5 coins off of the website. The guy had to get a PayPal account just to pay for it on the website. And when I told them about it, they said, "Oh, dude, just kick that aside. We don't care about that." I was like, why wouldn't we care about a potential customer, you know? But it's because this was like a 50-year-old guy that, you know, like he wasn't even eligible to dump his retirement yet.
How do these people, the people that created this, that are running the cult, sleep at night?
That is so crazy. Are you not afraid of them like coming after you for talking about this?
Hell no. You know, it's like, what? Because if they, I didn't just say anything that you couldn't find in an article that was written and posted online. If you look up, I think the best article, if you really want to look up the new Wolf of Wall Street is an IG influencer, and it'll take you to an article that goes over everything I just said. I mean, you could find like the scripts that they were using online. People posted them, and this is another thing. Just to warn everybody, there's a website called Trustpilot. Are you familiar by any chance?
After we've been scammed in like housing appliance people from warranty companies.
So the thing about the scam industry is it's built around assurance. So if a company like the one I just told you about, if you're worried about reviews and all this stuff, there's a website devoted to scam artists that want to have a bunch of good reviews. So they'll just generate as many positive reviews as you need, and they'll make sure that you maintain a 5-star rating. Even if people go on the website and have a bad rating, they'll just ghost it, and then they'll maintain your high rating. So when you tell people, hey, you don't think that we're legit, go on Trustpilot, you know? That was created for people like you so they could have the reassurance and know that they're dealing with respectful, you know, integrity-driven companies or whatever you're saying. But so there's websites out there just created to be bullshit review sites.
Are you saying Trustpilot's one of them?
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of like hide in plain sight trust, you know, pilot. Like, you definitely don't want to trust them. It's all bullshit reviews.
That sucks.
So how can you tell who is a scam and who isn't?
Well, no, if you were to, this is the thing, they're trying to prey on older senior citizens that they almost feel bad if they let you down after you've hooked them. You know what I'm saying? So like they're going to be in cognitive dissonance. They're going to see negative reviews and assume that, well, yeah, that was somebody else maybe. They'll still get a lot of the people that see those negative reviews.
Right.
And they also like they pressure them into it, you know? Like I never was a part of a phone call that went that far with the pressure, but they used to say literal stuff like I had to like push the pain on that one, or like I had to inflict pain on that one, or you know, stuff like that. And it was pretty fucking rough. You know, that's why again, I just quit at one point. But it's very important for people to know whenever you're getting a phone call, whenever you get an email, do as much research as you can. And if you find one negative thing on it, don't fucking trust it. You know, because if I'm bullshitting you, I'm smart enough to know that you're going to Google me, and I want to make sure I control what you see about me. You know, so that's... Yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you for that terrifying story. And let us know in the comments if... well, we asked a bunch of questions throughout the episode. I don't really remember. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. And also like this video if you want us to keep making more episodes. We would love to make them. And subscribe and turn on the bell thing. I don't know what it does.
Turns notifications or something.
Thank you, Chris. It turns on notifications. Maybe.
I think.
Because what you need in your life is more notifications. And we want to be one of them. Okay? So ding the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Get ready to fight. Let's do it.
All right, you guys. Hope you had fun with whatever this was, and we will see you next time. And hey, chasers, leave Chris alone. He has a boyfriend. Hit me up. Come on.
Hey.
Kidding.
Bye.